add one thing about Colonel Prasad Purohit here before I end. He was 9 years in jail. He continues to be in court every morning. Half of his day is spent in the law court because he's fighting his case without any support from any quarter. 9 years, of course, he was a jailbird. And when he came out, he fights his case every morning, evening, afternoon. But any of you meet him, I can say this on record and I can repeat it as many times as I am asked. I have not seen a patriot like Prasad Purohit. It is impossible to believe it. Considering what he went through, considering he gave his life to the Indian Army, and considering what he went through after that, he continues to be a die-hard patriot. He loves the army like a religion. He cannot hear a word against the Indian Army, no matter what you say. There is zero anger on his face. There is zero disillusionment on his face. He is just such a positive and determined person. He continues to fight his case. He doesn't even see the fact that from 2008 till now, how many years have passed, nothing has been proved and the case continues to go on. He doesn't even complain about it. So, there are men of steel, there are women of steel who are standing in this country. We have to support them if we can't do anything better. We cannot change the law courts, we cannot change anything else. We should at least talk about it, tell our children about them, or write about it, converse about it, spread the word. More than Colonel Purohit, we must also think of the family. And I am reminded here because this happened a few months ago. There is a young man, emerging activist, who is in jail under UAPA in concern with the Delhi riots. And recently there was a story in some national newspapers, half page stories. So much newsprint we waste on these things. Saying the girlfriend of that under trial feels very upset, and she is so upset that her favorite is Chinese food and she doesn't eat Chinese anymore because he is in jail. It is so sad. And then people talked about, they went on talking about on television, and those stories were flashed for days. Digital mein to abhi bhi chal raha hai. And there is a serving army officer who gave his entire career to this land. His wife, his 2 kids, the younger boy was a toddler when he went to jail. When he came out, the boy had already grown up. Both his boys grew up in his absence because he was in jail. Those boys, the boys of a die-hard patriot, the wife of a die-hard patriot, serving officer, are facing the stigma of being a terrorist family. And nobody writes about them. A terror-accused girlfriend is not eating Chinese these days is a story which covers half a page of a national daily. Such is the partiality of our narrative. Somebody should go and meet Dr. Aparna Purohit. How she has been fighting his case when he was in jail and when he came out of jail, both. And how the boys grew up with their father being a terror accused. Imagine how they used to go to school, what they used to face. And all the social and psychological complications those children must have grown up with. So there is so much to talk about. It is difficult to put it in a book. My effort has been to put the high points of the case. My principal thrust has been to give the political background and the perspective which led to the creation of this bogey of Hindu terror, and why the 2-3 things on which Colonel Sahab continues to face a terror trial, how those do not add up as per the evidence. That is the planting of the RDX, that is his association with Abhinav Bharat, and these 2-3 things which are actually, you know, when you bring it down to the basics, these are the 2-3 things on which he is facing the entire case. यही तो है, इतना ही तो है कि RDX जो प्लांट हुआ वो उनके पास से मिला और अभिनव भारत से उनका संबंध था, और क्या है? I mean, when you come down to brass tacks, इतना ही है. The rest is all narrative.